Hi everybody, Cat Mattoon, and this is Cooking on the Wild Side. Well, you've seen Andy and I get our turkeys, and now we've got one of them all skinned. The guy skinned it out for me. What we've done is overnight we have marinated it in the game bird and poultry brine mix from High Mountain Seasonings. So it's been soaked overnight, 24 hours. Now we're going to use our Cajun injector from Bruce Foods, and we're going to inject this bird. Now, I'm sure that all of you know about the injector, but I'm going to explain it to you a little bit here. You want to get some stuff in the injection needle, and you want to stick it down in the meat and just squeeze it all in, because it's really going to help, especially wild game, be a little more tender. So we're going to load this turkey up, so to say, pun, haha, and we're going to inject her all up. You can see the meat accepting all of the juices. And I think normally on a wild bird, a lot of people just breast them out. We've skinned it so that we can cook it in the cooker. I'm going to go ahead and use the legs just in case and see what it does. Always try something new. Okay, I've got this bird all injected with my injector system there. Now what I want to do is I want to put a dry rub on it, because that's going to give it moisture and flavor, but why not put as much flavor in this turkey as you can? So we're going to use Mossy Oaks Wild Turkey Rub. We're going to use a lot of different companies today. 4 or 5 of them. I'm going to rub this stuff all over this turkey, inside and out. And give it a real nice flavor. This Mossy Oak rub is really good. Shove some down in it. We'll do the back too, because some of those juices are going to come through. Don't be skimpy. Use it all. Alrighty, we got that done. Now, because they skint this bird, what I want to do is I want to add a little fat to it, because we all know that fat helps that meat a lot be more moist. So what I've done is gone to the store and got me a pound of bacon, and I'm going to wrap this puppy with some bacon. We'll use some toothpicks to hold it on. And we'll get some juices going in it that way too, and the bacon's not going to taste too bad either. So we'll wrap the breast, and we'll wrap these legs up, because we're trying something new here. See if wild turkey legs taste good. Now that I've got the turkey all ready to go and wrapped with bacon, and I've wrapped it around the breast and the legs, and then with some of that rub that was left over, I patted that bacon down with that. It's going to give it a little more flavor. I love flavor. So what we're going to do now is we're going to talk about the roaster. This roaster is called a keg roaster, and it's by Camp Chef. And it's kind of on the same lines of your deep fryer, you know, that you fry the turkeys. Well, this is a little better. I think it's going to be a little better. It's my first time to use it, and I'm excited about this, because there's no grease. But it's like the beer can turkey. They've got this thing that goes into this roaster, and you can have 3 chickens on it at one time, or you take these little doodahs out. If I can get that one out. There it is. That was easier. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my turkey on here. But before that, you can use, for a full flavor and a heartier flavor, you can use a can of beer. But today, since we use the honey bacon injector, I'm using more of a sweet flavor, so I've opted for Coke. Now what you do is you open your Coke. Normally you would drink about 1/3 of it off. I'm going to pour 1/3 of it out. This is going to give it moisture from the inside of the turkey. Now, what I want to do is I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna leave this on and try to put my turkey on there because I have another new product from High Mountain Seasonings, and it is hickory bacon basil. What this is it's smoke in a can. It's the little pellets, and what it does is put it on your burner in your smoker or your grill, or we're going to try it here with the turkey keg and give us a little smoky flavor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it right down in that beer can holder. Now, what we want to do is, now that we've got our turkey done, and this is going to be the hardest part, is we're going to set it down on this beer can, get her going. By golly, it worked. Okay, now that part's ready to go. What you need to do is open up the roaster. You have not turned it on yet because this thing gets hot fast. I've already tested that part. We're gonna set the turkey down on the roaster. We're gonna put the lid on, and this roaster has a thermometer in it. Now we're going to turn this thing on. Then what we're going to do is we're going to let it get up to 325 degrees. We're going to let it cook and keep it at, watch your temperature really close. This is important. We're going to keep it at 325 degrees for about an hour and a half, and then we're going to bring our meat thermometer out and we're going to test the meat. What we want is 160 degrees internal temperature on that turkey meat, so that tells us it's done, because as soon as you take it out, it's going to keep cooking for about 10 more degrees while you're waiting on it to cool down to cut, and that's your temperature for turkey. So we're going to put it in here, turn it on, walk away. We'll have dinner for you in just a little bit. Well, now I've got to tell you, and I cannot stress enough, we've got this turkey out. But up here in the high mountains, the altitude may make a difference. The temperature of the weather around you, whether it's raining or cold, is going to make a difference. This bird is not as fat and as big as one that you would buy in the grocery store, but it was taller. And so my lid didn't quite fit down all the way, so I wrapped foil around the bottom of it so it would. We kept the temperature between 300 and 325, and my bird got done a lot quicker than what a domestic bird will. So really keep an eye on that and watch it. The bird is looking beautiful. The bacon was a little burnt, but that's okay. We peeled it off because, you know, the moisture. It kept the moisture in that bird. I want to talk about the knives, because you're going to need good knives to cut meat, especially if you're working with really lean meat, you know, all of your wild games and stuff. And Sherade sent me this 10-piece cutlery set. It is a St. Hubertus, which is a very good brand. It is forged steel. This is like what you would use in a restaurant, I'm telling you. It's got the hardwood stand for it, and unlike the ones you buy at the big box stores, it doesn't have all that unnecessary stuff, 6 steak knives and all that fun stuff. It's got some really cool stuff that you can really use in this. So I got to get a plug-in for them because I use this set and I swear by it. So I'm going to use my nice sharp knife, and we're going to cut into this turkey, and we're going to see if we've got any moisture. It's cutting really nice. And I'm telling you, that's moist turkey with all of that extra stuff that we put in it with our injector. And I also want to cut a little piece off the leg. Let's just see. Well, it's not like shoe leather, and it has very good flavor. Very good flavor. I think this is one way you can keep the legs off of a wild turkey. So I'm going to holler at everybody, dinner's ready, And we have had a wonderful trip. We've had a great times, and I want you to watch all of our sponsors and everybody that was involved, because you too can have a great time and get a wild turkey or any kind of game and have good eats. So Cat Mattoon, Cooking on the Wild Side, and you guys come back and see us anytime.